Hi, welcome back. Today I want to tell you a really embarrassing story that is also backed by science in hopes that it will help you. So, prior to moving here to the Bahamas, it was really stressful. I mean, moving out of the country is probably the most stressful thing that I've ever done. And, I had to sell everything that I owned. I literally sold my car like 20 minutes before I had to come here. It was like I was signing a contract while all my stuff was packed and I was ready to go. It was insane. So I dropped my healthy eating habits. I stopped going to the gym. I was so involved with having to move here that I didn't even think about that. My health, I put my health second. So then I also moved here, and with all the excitement and all the newness and getting to know, the area and finding a home, I still kept eating whatever was more convenient. I didn't make time for the gym, and needless to say, I gained almost 20 pounds. So fast forward to 2 weeks prior to New Year's Eve, I was looking for a dress, and I tried on a dress which was my size. The sizes were not running smaller. It was comparable to all my other dresses, and I zipped up the dress and I realized, well, I barely zipped up the dress and I realized, oh my god, this is pretty snug. But then I thought, well, I have 2 weeks. I can lose. A coconut literally just fell off that tree. So then I was like, I have 2 weeks. I can lose the weight and I can, work out and eat healthy. It'll work out. New Year's Eve comes around. I put the dress back on and I realized I hadn't lost the weight. In fact, I hadn't even ate healthy. I didn't do anything I said I was gonna do. And the dress was still snug. But I was like, okay, it's only one night. I think I can do it. So I made it through dinner just fine. And then I went up to the deck where we were going to watch the fireworks, over the marina. It was supposed to be super beautiful. And the countdown begins. And it's like 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year! And everyone's like laughing and jumping up and down. We're all hugging each other and kissing each other. And then someone hugs me and they put their hand on the smell of my back and I feel skin to skin contact. Let me tell you, this was not a backless dress. This dress had a back and there's no reason why I should be feeling somebody's fingers on my skin. And I was like, oh no. So I ran my hand down my back and I realized that I had burst out of my dress. Like I literally burst out of it. And I was like, this is not good. And I was humiliated, but I had to tell everyone I have to go home. And everyone's like, why? It's just 12 o'clock. We still have all this celebration. And I was like, I burst out of my dress, unfortunately. And I'm terrified that if I don't do anything about it, I'm going to be standing here naked in an hour or so. So I said bye to everybody and I said that maybe I'd be back, but when I got home I was like, I can't go back. I need to get real with myself. I need to make my health a priority. I need to get my mind right. So I started writing down, my goals, because it was a perfect time to set intentions for 2015. So I did just that. And I said, not only did I say I was going to get fit and I was going to lose those 18 pounds, but I said, I am going to get in the best shape of my life. And I'm not going to give myself all of 2015 to do it. I'm going to give myself a fraction of that time. And needless to say, several months later, I got the body that I wanted, although I'm still working and making perfections because it's just, we're always a work in progress. I got where I wanted to be. I have 2 psychology tips that I borrowed from Sean Snow, who's a best-selling author. He says, tip number 1 is dream bigger. Dream big. Whatever your goal is, make it bigger. So for me, it wasn't like I need to lose 18 pounds because having that mediocre goal was going to produce mediocre results. Maybe I did get there, but meh. But I said, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. And to me, that meant I want a 6-pack. I'm going to dream big. I'm going to make it crazy. I'm going to make it bold. So I did. Because according to Shane's research, subconsciously, when we have bigger, loftier goals, our mind works harder to achieve those goals. And research also shows that when we have these lofty goals, we not only do we outperform our peers, but we outperform ourselves because we have to think creatively. We have to find alternative and unconventional solutions to our problems. So our mind is working harder to get these goals, and you get better results. The second psychology tip is to add a time constraint. Like me, I didn't say, well, at the end of 2015, I hope to I've lost 18 pounds, because then I would have been like, okay, I lost 1.5 pounds this month. I don't have to do anything until next month. That's not how it works. It needed to get done now. Because when you do that, your mind is forced to focus all of its creativity and all of its power into this one goal. So that's what I did. Maybe for you, the time constraint has to be a big event. Maybe not only do you say, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, but I'm gonna run a marathon. You make it big, you make it bold, and usually marathons, they have deadlines, right? So you set that deadline. Or maybe I'm gonna go out of town and I better have a beach body by this time. And it is a little bit stressful because you wanna make sure that that time is pretty snug, and it adds some stress, some healthy stress. But it also makes you focus, because stress has gotten a really bad reputation. People have been saying, I mean, if you go online and you Google stress, you get the silent killer and the #1 reason for your wrinkles and your white hair, whatever. But think of a time where you had to get to the airport and you only had 20 minutes to do it. And somehow you might remember that back alley, you went to that back alley, you made it to the airport on time. Not even just on time. You made it on time with a few minutes to spare. You even got some Starbucks on your way and you're like, I don't know how I did that. Or maybe you had to give a presentation, not only to your boss, but to your boss's boss. And you only had 2 days, 48 hours to do it, and you made it happen. Why? Stress. It was a little bit of healthy stress for you to make the impossible possible. So do that. Make sure you dream big, because this has to be big in order for your mind to be like, I have to use my infinite intelligence and all of my resources to make this happen. And then you make it happen. So those are my tips for you. We all know we have to eat healthy and work out more, but if it was so easy, why aren't all of us doing it? And not just with losing weight, but with any goal. We have to make sure that we're really getting to know ourselves and getting to know our minds, and that we learn how to communicate with our minds to make it happen. The next thing that I want you to do is to leave a comment below on how you're going to make your goal bigger, whatever goal it is, whether it's losing weight or anything else, and what time constraint you're going to add to it. What event, what specific event are you going to use to light some fire under your butt? Then I also want you to share this with a friend. Don't hoard this knowledge all to yourself. Share it with somebody. And I want you to hit like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in the next video. I think I'm just going to stop this video. I'm not feeling it.
Focusing in and add that time constraint.